In a world where every day is a battle and every decision can change the course of our destiny, the teachings of The Art of War by Sun Tzu resonate far beyond the battlefield. His strategies not only forged empires and defeated armies, but have also guided leaders, visionaries, and strategists throughout history. Imagine an ancient scroll covered in enigmatic symbols, written by a master whose wisdom transcends time. His words, forged in the crucible of war, teach not only how to defeat an enemy, but how to conquer life's challenges with cunning, patience, and determination. From the importance of discipline to the necessity of adaptability, each lesson is a key that unlocks the doors to success, resilience, and personal mastery. This book is not just a collection of military tactics, but a map for navigating the storms of fate. For in the grand game of life, we are all strategists, and victory belongs to those who understand the art of the mind, patience, and precise movement. Prepare to embark on a journey of ancient knowledge, where each lesson from Sun Tzu will reveal a new path to excellence. Lesson 1. Know your enemy and know yourself. When Sun Tzu said, "Know your enemy and know yourself," he emphasized the importance of understanding both your strengths and weaknesses, as well as those of your opponents. Most people do not truly understand themselves or their opponents, which is why they constantly lose in life. The reality is that if you do not know yourself, you know nothing. You're merely a product of your environment. At the same time, if you know yourself but not your opponent, you will lose as often as you win, because the outcome will always be unpredictable. However, if you know both yourself and your enemy, you need not fear the outcome of 100 battles. So learn to understand both yourself and your enemy. Who are you, and what do you truly want? Be honest with yourself about your limitations. What are your weaknesses and areas for improvement? By recognizing your own limitations, you can develop strategies to overcome them and use your strengths to your advantage. As for your enemy, you must seek to understand him better than he understands himself. What is his main goal? What are his traits, habits, and biases? Analyze everything. What enrages him, and how does he act when emotional? Look for patterns he is not even aware of. Only after gathering as much information as possible about him will you begin to uncover his strengths and weaknesses. One of the most effective ways to defeat an enemy is to attack his weakness. As Sun Tzu famously wrote, "In war, strategy is to avoid what is strong and strike what is weak." Lesson 2. Attack with precision and strategy. Victory in war is not about the level of destruction you create. Instead, the goal of war is to eliminate your enemy in the most efficient and effective way possible, through strategy. The general who wins the battle makes many calculations in his temple before the battle is fought. The general who loses makes few. This means that every battle is won long before it is fought. Always calculate the risks of your actions and whether the benefits outweigh them. Be strategic and precise in your moves, but also ensure that you never ignore your enemy's plan of action. In war, it is of utmost importance to attack the enemy's strategy. Lesson 3. Adapt your plans and strategy. According to Sun Tzu, there is no perfect plan because the conditions and circumstances of a situation can change unexpectedly. To achieve success, one must avoid becoming fixated on a single strategy and be willing to adjust plans as the situation evolves. In other words, it is crucial to recognize that circumstances are dynamic and can shift rapidly. A strategy that was effective at the beginning may become ineffective if the environment changes. Therefore, it is important to continuously assess the situation and be ready to modify your approach to adapt to new conditions. Sun Tzu's wisdom highlights the importance of being agile and responsive, enabling you to make timely and informed decisions that increase your chances of success. Adapting your tactics in line with changing circumstances ensures that your plans do not become obsolete and keeps you competitive and effective. This concept is a fundamental principle in the teachings of war and strategy. Lesson 4. Avoid direct conflict. There are moments when you must attack your opponent without mercy, such as when he is resting or recovering. That is when you must not allow him any respite. However, sometimes it is best to win without fighting, which means preventing conflict from occurring in the first place. This does not make you weak or fearful. Even the strongest animal avoids a battle that is not worth fighting. There are many reasons why you would want to avoid direct conflict. It could be because your enemy is too strong to face at the moment, because you do not want to waste time, energy, and resources on a battle that can be avoided, or because you have found a way to destroy your enemy without engaging in direct combat. One of the tactics Sun Tzu recommends for achieving victory without direct conflict is the use of deception. By misleading your opponent or presenting false information, you can gain the advantage and achieve your goals without risking an open confrontation. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. There are many situations in which avoiding direct conflict is the best option. So always keep your main objective in mind before entering any battle. Lesson 5. Emotions have no place in war. It is the calm, reserved, and detached warrior who wins, not the hothead seeking revenge or the ambitious fortune seeker. There are two things I've always emphasized. First, the importance of emotional control, and second, the importance of detachment. Emotional control is crucial because emotions are a source of energy. When uncontrolled, they quickly become self-destructive, but when mastered, they can be extremely powerful. However, when it comes to strategy, emotions simply have no place. No matter how intense your emotions may be in the moment, never act impulsively. Instead, detach yourself from your emotions and analyze them. Why do you feel this way? And how can this be used against you? In any form of mental warfare, whether in business, battle, or life in general, the goal is to trigger emotions in the other person. The one who becomes emotional loses the war. This is something that can also be used to your advantage. If you know that your enemy is easily angered, find ways to irritate him. If he is quick to act and full of pride, pretend to be weak so that his arrogance grows. These are powerful tactics to make your opponent act on emotions and play into your hands, leaving him vulnerable to surprise attacks. The expert in battle moves the enemy and is not moved by him. Lesson 5. Never become complacent. The lesson from Sun Tzu, never become complacent, highlights the danger of underestimating opponents or becoming overly confident in a conflict. This principle underscores the importance of maintaining vigilance and never lowering your guard, even when facing seemingly weaker adversaries. When you become complacent and underestimate your opponent, you may overlook their potential strengths, strategies, or resources. This can lead to a false sense of security, leaving you vulnerable to unexpected attacks or tactics. Just as a weak cub can grow into a formidable tiger, an opponent who initially appears less powerful can develop and adapt over time. Dismissing them based on their current state can be a grave mistake, as they may seize opportunities to strengthen themselves. Complacency can lead to rigid thinking and reliance on outdated methods. In contrast, staying alert encourages you to continually assess your strategies and adjust them as needed to respond to changing conditions. Becoming complacent can cause you to lose the competitive edge you gained through careful planning and hard work. Staying motivated to improve and innovate is essential to maintaining momentum and staying ahead. Furthermore, complacency can blind you to emerging threats or shifts in the environment. Staying vigilant ensures that you are prepared to face unforeseen challenges and respond effectively. In summary, the lesson of never becoming complacent serves as a reminder that, in the realm of conflict, underestimating opponents or becoming too comfortable can lead to disastrous consequences. Maintaining vigilance, adaptability, and awareness of the potential growth of others helps you preserve your strategic advantage and avoid surprises that could compromise your success. Lesson 6. Take advantage of chaos. Sun Tzu emphasizes the need to adapt strategies to changing circumstances. Just as chaos disrupts established patterns, his teachings promote agility and tactical adjustments to capitalize on unexpected openings. His lessons highlight the importance of staying calm and composed in the face of challenges. Maintaining a clear mind during chaos allows for strategic thinking and decision-making, aligning with the concept of seizing opportunities amidst turmoil. Sun Tzu teaches the importance of identifying and exploiting the weaknesses of opponents during chaotic times. There may be vulnerabilities or unexplored paths that can be leveraged to gain an advantage. Similarly, in chaotic situations, there is often a fleeting window of opportunity that must be seized before it disappears. Sun Tzu's philosophy encourages recognizing the right moment to strike, as reflected in the saying, "Opportunities arise in the midst of chaos." Incorporating Sun Tzu's philosophy into the concept of finding opportunity in chaos reinforces the idea that strategic thinking, adaptability, and a clear mind are essential for making the most of disorderly situations. By applying his teachings, you can not only navigate through chaos, but also use it to your advantage to achieve success. Lesson 7. Build strong relationships. Recognizing the importance of building strong relationships with allies and potential allies is crucial. Most people choose friends based on trivial reasons, simply because they share some habits like playing video games or participating in the same activities. Instead of forming shallow friendships, seek out those whom you can rely on in times of need, those who will stand by you through both good and bad times. Honesty and integrity are essential for building trust and establishing strong relationships. This means staying true to yourself and even revealing some of your weaknesses to others. I understand that exposing our vulnerabilities to others can be difficult, as it makes us feel like we are revealing our flaws or inadequacies. However, by doing so, we open ourselves to strength, healing, and the wisdom that comes from leaning on our friends. Listen, the art of making friends and influencing people is a valuable skill that we should all strive to master. If you are fortunate enough to experience true friendship, you will understand firsthand the unparalleled value and satisfaction it brings. Being surrounded by friends and brothers who are willing to go to war and return for you is truly powerful. Lastly, taking a true friend for granted is like ignoring a valuable investment until it loses all worth. We may begin to assume that our friends will always be there for us, without realizing the time and effort they have invested in the relationship. It is crucial to recognize the value of our friendships and show appreciation for the people in our lives who support and uplift us. Lesson 8. Surprise and Deception. Lesson 8. The Power of Surprise and Deception. Surprise and deception are at the heart of Sun Tzu's strategic philosophy. By employing unexpected tactics and misleading opponents, one can gain a decisive advantage in conflict. This principle underscores the power of catching adversaries off guard by obscuring true intentions and actions. Disrupting an opponent's expectations can create confusion, forcing them into reactive, ineffective responses. By leading them to believe you are pursuing one course of action while secretly executing another, you manipulate their decisions and weaken their position. When an enemy is uncertain about your true intentions, they become hesitant, increasing the likelihood of costly mistakes, opportunities you can exploit to seize control. Beyond tactics, surprise and deception exert a profound psychological impact. Opponents may become demoralized, lose confidence, or even begin doubting their own strategies. Breaking predictable patterns forces them to reassess their plans and adjust on your terms. Misinformation, feigned weakness, and misleading signals can all be used to manipulate how an adversary perceives the battlefield. Ultimately, the art of surprise and deception revolves around shaping an opponent's reality to your advantage. Keeping them uncertain and off balance not only enhances your chances of success, but also grants you a critical strategic edge. This principle highlights the significance of psychological warfare and the power of meticulous planning in achieving victory. Lesson 9. The Intelligent Use of Resources. A core tenet of Sun Tzu's strategy is the optimal use of available resources. Success is not merely determined by the abundance of assets, whether people, finances, materials, or time, but by how efficiently and effectively they are utilized. Key aspects of resource management. Optimization. Maximize efficiency by minimizing waste, eliminating unnecessary steps, and streamlining processes to achieve the best results with minimal expenditure. Resourcefulness. Adapt to constraints with creativity. Finding alternative solutions and leveraging what is available can turn limitations into strengths. Prioritization. Allocate resources strategically, focusing on high-impact tasks that align with overarching objectives and yield the greatest benefits. Balance. Avoid overextending or depleting essential assets. Proper allocation prevents exhaustion, financial strain, and inefficiencies that could weaken long-term potential. At its core, Sun Tzu's philosophy emphasizes that strategic success is not about having the most resources, but about using them wisely. This principle extends beyond warfare into business, leadership, and personal growth, where intelligent resource management often determines long-term success. Lesson 10. The Power of Long-Term Vision. Sun Tzu teaches that a true strategist must think beyond immediate circumstances. Decision-making should not be guided solely by short-term gains, but by an awareness of long-term objectives and consequences. Key principles of long-term thinking. Aligning present actions with future goals. Every decision should contribute to broader objectives, ensuring short-term choices do not undermine long-term success. Avoiding tunnel vision. Looking at the bigger picture prevents impulsive decisions driven by emotions or immediate pressures, reducing the risk of future regret. Assessing long-term risks and rewards. Short-term benefits can sometimes lead to long-term setbacks, and vice versa. Evaluating potential outcomes over time leads to wiser, more sustainable decisions. Anticipating change. The ability to foresee shifts in circumstances allows for adaptability and strategic adjustments before challenges arise. Ensuring sustainability. Wise decisions have lasting benefits. Thinking long-term ensures that your efforts yield meaningful, enduring results. Ultimately, long-term vision is about seeing beyond the present and understanding that today's choices shape tomorrow's outcomes. By balancing short-term necessities with overarching goals, you build a foundation for sustained success and strategic dominance.